So there are several social media posts about rug pull maneuvers. So what does that mean, and is this something that the NFT cryptocurrency players should worry about?
Uh, yes, it is definitely something that you need to worry about. It is a very common phenomenon right now, but it's not exactly unfamiliar to Filipinos because anytime naman na pag may nauso, there's always going to be scammers that are going to try to pretend that they are one of the legitimate providers of this service, whatever it is. No, so we're not strangers to these kinds of things. You see these types of scams even in e-commerce, no? In Lazada, in Shopee, you'll see parang scam vendors there. And why are they there? Well, because there are enough people that are into e-commerce. They're always looking for a good deal, and sometimes they can't tell the difference between a good deal and a deal that's too good to be true, right?
Mm.
And that's usually how you get them. Now, rug pulls are kind of that's kind of our nickname for these crypto projects that promise you everything, right? And this is why I'm so careful about how I talk about the future, because no one can really predict how well your project or your game or whatever your platform, you can't predict how well that's going to do in the future. However, you can tell people that these are your goals. This is the mission of the company. These are what we're trying to accomplish. But no one can say for sure na magagawa mo talaga yan. These are unknowable things. And the thing about a rug pull, because is oftentimes they'll promise you like, we're gonna go 1000x, right? This is again what I was talking about earlier. It's usually pag naghahabol ka kasi ng 1000x returns, doon ka nasusunog because you're getting, your greed is getting ahead of your brain. And the reason why it's called rug pulls is because it's like they pulled the rug right from under you, right? And you lost your support, you lose your funds because they actually run away with your money because they promised you stuff, you made the investment, and they ran away. Wala siyang pinagkaiba dun sa mga Ponzi schemes that we are very
Mm.
familiar with. Ganon. It's the same thing. It's just kind of a more crypto kind of version of it, and definitely need to be very aware that that is a possibility. And again, it's very hard sometimes to tell if a deal is really really good or if it's too good to be true. That part requires experience. It requires you
Mm.
to ask for advice from people. It requires you to see what
Ito,
other people are doing firstly, not
Luis,
just blindly following.
ito si John Michael Manalo. Any red flags po so we can avoid scams? Any tips?
Well, I mean, so the first things I usually check are who the team is. Like when I try to review a new project, the first thing I will do is I'll check who the team is. Do they have any background in this stuff? Especially the ones that are trying to give you like really make big promises. We're gonna change the world with cryptocurrency. I mean, there's so many projects that say that. By the way, financial inclusion. We're going to bank the unbanked. These words are like hot. Ano yan eh. These are like hot terms in the industry. And then when you're gonna like build the metaverse, we hear that a lot. So what you have to do is you check who are the people that are making these promises, who are they associated with, do those people look like they're legitimate? Can you back check any of the things that they're saying? There's a lot of research that comes into this stuff, unfortunately, and
Mm.
I think that one of the best pieces of advice I ever got from one of our other community members, si Kuku, was that parang I will never recommend a cryptocurrency project or a gaming project unless I'm willing to stake my name and reputation on it.
Okay.
So if you're not willing to do that for this particular thing, then forget it. Don't talk about it now. Because I'm willing to go to bat. I'm willing to go to bat for Bitcoin. I'm willing to go to bat for Ethereum. I genuinely believe that those projects are going to do well. But for a
Okay.
lot of these smaller ones, I'm not willing to stake my reputation on it. So that's kind of my personal threshold for parang whether or not I'm going to back something.